As part of our Genki Aging series, funded by the JA Community Foundation, our goal is to empower the fastest growing segments of the Japanese American community, its seniors. We hope to accomplish this by bringing awareness to our community of local senior services. We visited with Kimochi Inc., based in the heart of San Francisco's Japantown, where it serves the great needs of Japanese American seniors in the greater San Francisco area. We sat down with Steve Ishii, Executive Director of Kimochi, to talk about their services.
Kimochi started in 1971. We're a 501c3 organization, and it was started by Steve Nakajo, Sandy Mori, and they saw a need for the Issei within the community with socialization and nutrition, and actually just accessing mainstream programs and services so that they can get around and take part in everyday life inside and outside the community. And then we opened the lunch program, the nutrition program, in 1974, and that was at Konko Church's basement or activities room. And so then we probably served about 70 to 75 seniors in the community. And then we had expanded since then. And then in '83, we opened the Kimochi Home. And so that's, it has 20 beds, and it's for ambulatory seniors. And then along the ways between now, then and 2016, we had provided activities. It could be cultural activities, arts and crafts. We had hula dancing. And in 2016, we opened the facility in San Mateo. But there's a lot of needs with the social aspect of it and activities. We had a ceramics class, odori, Hawaiian dancing, and one of the most important things that we did was we saw that as the sun went down and when 5 o'clock came around, all the seniors, they just left the community and went home, shut the doors and stayed at home. We wanted to go ahead and extend socialization. So we started this program called Club Nikkei. So we had a dedicated driver and an activities person that would go ahead and plan these activities, whether it's a monthly dinner, an excursion to, say, Sacramento, Yosemite, Monterey, play shows. And so we extended the whole socialization timeline and brought it out to 10 o'clock at night.
The hallmark of Kimochi is their lunch program, which is very visible in San Francisco's Japantown.
Our lunch program, that's where I started as a volunteer. So I've seen it grow from, say, the 75 seniors that we were serving on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, all the way up to the 700 that we did during COVID, while we were only doing takeout only. But we had no volunteers during that time, so it's just reliant on staff to provide and deliver or hand out these 700 meals.
As COVID kind of hit, we unfortunately had a lot of trials and tribulations that we had to go through, but luckily we did not close down once. We ramped up our lunch numbers from going from about 400, 450, including home delivery. We started serving upwards to 700 meals a day, 7 to 750, including the home delivery, with no closures, because we, not only being an essential service, we wanted to ensure that we didn't turn anybody away. So I actually got into this community and through Kimochi, through my grandparents. They actually were a long-time participant of the nutrition program. They're Rose and Bill Fukumitsu.
Being in a dense urban setting with a diverse senior population presents opportunities to help many seniors.
When we work with the city in terms of providing services, we are a densely populated senior focused, I guess, community. There's a lot of assisted living facilities within, say, a 8-block radius. There's a lot of retirement apartments. There's low-income housing, more for seniors and their living situations. So.
Not only is nutrition important to seniors, but socialization, something that the pandemic took away.
As we go to social services, we had to close down all visitation. But there's a sense of isolation, and because of isolation, there's deterioration, and that was both mental and physical. So our social workers did a great job. They had started phone trees. They had doing check-ins. But then social workers also, because we didn't have any volunteers, and our volunteers were over the age of 60, we had to make a choice and say, I'm sorry, due to COVID and pandemic, they said, anyone over 60, you might want to stay home. So that was important to us, but our social workers filled that gap.
As Kimochi moves towards the future, volunteers will continue to be the necessary fuel for Kimochi programs.
We've always been a lunch program where we used a lot of volunteers. So when I came on board, we had a lot of Nisei, retired second generation, that had a buy-in to an organization like Kimochi, because it did help and support mom and dad, at that time. So there was this strong involvement with the Nisei. Now, our volunteerism is probably going along the focus of, say, the Sansei generation, Yonsei generation. And so we're hoping that once we come out of COVID, that we can still have that continual giving with the Sansei and Yonsei generation.
In Japanese, kimochi is thought of as a good feeling, and is a feeling you get working with the Kimochi staff. This is Greg Gloria for the Genki Aging series and the Nichibei Cafe.